All right, everybody, welcome back to Socedo Live, episode 16. Thank you for being here today. We're talking all about social media engagement. You guys saw the news last week, I think, about Facebook basically deprioritizing branded posts that don't get a lot of engagement. It's the way social networks are going. It's all about engagement. As a marketer, you have to be thinking about what types of posts get you the most engagement. So I've got Adam Hutchinson here, our head of marketing, to talk you through what types of posts get the most engagement for us. We're going to share some tips around Periscope and video and GIFs. So Adam, tell us about the data. How do we track this stuff? Why are we even tracking engagement per post?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's kind of start with the basics here, right? There's a lot of different ways to track the success of social media, and what I've typically seen in the past is kind of the vanity metrics. Are people tracking engagements per followers, or how many of their followers have liked a post? Or what I've even seen is impressions per engagement, which is fine, but it's kind of misleading from my perspective. Right, because essentially what you're saying is, oh, it doesn't matter how well I'm actually expanding my reach on this post. It's just about the engagement of it itself. Right? Whereas we know that part of the big value of social and why posts do so well is that we're including hashtags in them to expand that reach. So really what we want to be seeing is, can we increase our engagement beyond our own following? So that's really what we've been measuring here is just the amount of engagements per post that we're putting out there, because that's the time input for me. How many posts do we need to schedule?
Yeah, totally. And it's this virtual cycle, right? Like, the more engagement that you get to a post, the more audience you get to access, because that's the way the news feed works today, right? Facebook is saying, like, we're going to take more control over what gets visibility. Twitter is doing the same thing. They're now optimizing their feed. LinkedIn does it. Instagram does it. The more engagement that you get on the post, the more visibility you get, which is what it's all about. So, Adam, what do the results say for us? What's working?
Yeah. Well, it says we need a mix.
Okay,
right?
We need a mix.
So the biggest surprise to me, which I guess is a good surprise, is that there's not one thing that's driving all of our engagement across social media. And in fact, there's not one thing that's just at the top across all different measures.
Okay.
Really, we're looking at a mix of rich media, static media, images, quotes, video, etc. that's really bringing us up to the top. Now, no surprise here that our live videos are performing about twice as well as other rich media, and almost 3 times as well as kind of our static image in our posts. So absolutely, we've heard the stats, videos perform on average 3 to 4 times the reach and engagement as other posts. We're definitely seeing that as well. But what's really interesting to me in particular is that right behind it is GIFs and quote images, the types of rich imagery that we're putting into our posts, and I'm sure infographics, if we were doing a little bit of that, would be in here as well, right? That are causing people to stop in the stream because it's standing out to them. And those are actually performing higher than just embedding a YouTube link into Twitter, because it's static content. You're not actually engaging with that at all. You have to click through to see the content itself.
So Adam, let's just stop there for 1 second. Like, why is a Periscope embed doing so much better than a YouTube embed? If I look at the data here, a YouTube embed gets us 1.8 engagements per post, versus a Periscope embed gets us 4.9 engagements per post. Massive difference. They're both video. Why is it different?
Yeah, there's 2 reasons, really. One is that all of these feeds are optimized for live video, and especially for their native format. So Twitter plus Periscope, bang, you're going to be showing up on all those search results. But then really it's because it's auto-playing in the stream. The biggest kind of thing we have to overcome as marketers is that endless, mindless scroll. So anytime you get someone to stop and actually look at you is really valuable.
So, like, go through your own feed, right? Get out your phone, go to your social media profile, and scroll. See what sticks out. Hand it to your mom. See what she says sticks out. Hand it to your friend. See what they say sticks out. Because it's super clear, right? When you go to my Twitter profile and you scroll through my feed, those Periscope autoplay videos stand out way more than a YouTube embed that you've got to click on. So it's these little things, right, that you can kind of start to figure out as a user, but then the data shows super clearly one thing works versus the other. And we'll probably do a whole separate video on this, but Periscope videos is like the hot trick, because you can't do a direct embed on Twitter that's more than 2 minutes and 40 seconds, except for when you're using Periscope. So that's a hot tip. It's a trick. We'll probably do a whole nother video on it, but one to get out there and super, really think about, because not a lot of people are doing it, and it captures way more attention.
Right. Now, that being said, we can't just do Periscope videos.
Totally.
Because what we've actually seen in the data, which surprised me more than anything, is that within our top 5 posts, only a couple of them are videos.
Interesting.
A lot of them are actually images or quotes, etc.
Interesting.
And so that's why we break down our metrics in a few different ways, right?
Yeah.
We look at the type of post, which is great for me from a content creation standpoint to know, oh yeah, we should be doing some more videos.
Right.
But if we look at it kind of by the actual posts themselves, look at my top 5 here. Okay, top 1 is definitely a Periscope video, no surprise. But then I have an image with a quote in it, an image with a quote in it, another Periscope video, and then just a static image.
Yeah.
And this is actually a really old post too, that we just have the image for the post on it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's about the content more than it's just about, let's optimize just one type of piece of content.
Right. So, diversify your content. I think one thing that we are seeing here, though, Adam, and correct me if I'm wrong, is everything that performs well has at least some level of rich media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it's an image or a GIF or a video or a YouTube embed. So kind of the name of the game these days, include something rich within your post, whether it's an image, a video, a poll. Text just doesn't do what it did, 5-10 years ago in social media marketing.
That's right. And so there's one more cool thing that I want to point out before we run out of time here.
Definitely.
And so as we look at, different types of posts are performing better, then we kind of want to zero in on the content itself. So we know the content is what's engaging people. Our top piece of content from this month so far is a case study. It's self-promotional. It highlights one of our users. It's talking about how cool Socedo is, but it's from one of our customers, Sales Wings. And the reason why this is so well performing is, one, because we have a bunch of quotes in those posts that we're putting out there, but two is because we're tagging them every time. And they're a very social company. They love being on social media. So they're retweeting us every time we're posting it. They're commenting on it, and they're getting their audience to comment on it as well and share and engage. And so something as simple as that, is tagging the people who are going to be most active, is what's working for us, right?
That's awesome. So it's not only rich media, but it's also who and what you're tagging. So the more hashtags you tag, the more exposure. But tag handles, those handles are so likely to retweet you. And we get retweeted by some amazing brands with a massive amount of audience just because we tag them and we give them a shout out every now and then. So images, video, types of video, diversify your content, tag, mention handles. Anything else?
No, and experiment.
That's the biggest
thing too.
Use data, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we can learn really quickly because as soon as you publish something, the data comes back almost immediately.
That's right.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, that's the tips for today. Make sure that you are focusing on engagement, right? It all starts there. Engagement per post. That's the way social media is going. Everything else will flow from there. Diversify your content. Use video. Tag, and experiment. And you will do really well with your B2B social media marketing initiatives. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Socedo Live.
Thanks, guys.